Okay, so today there are two quick things I'm going to show you how to do. There are things called cross sections that you'll have to do whenever you get into Math 3, which are a very simple concept. If you have to envision 3D because I'm not a good artist, so here is my wonderful little ball. A cross section is basically when you slice shapes, it's what you get out of it. So if you slice this ball vertically, and if you open it up, you would see the shape right here. So the cross section of a sphere is a circle. If you have a cone and then you slice it horizontally like this, if you open it up, you also will have a circle. So cross sections are really easy. You just got to envision the picture being sliced. If you have a cube all sides the same. Cross section, obviously, if you went vertically and sliced it straight up and down, you'd pull out a square. But if you sliced it horizontally, you would also pull out a square. If you sliced it diagonally, then it would be a little bit different. If you sliced it this way and you opened it up, you would have a rectangle. So you have to be careful sometimes, but most of the time it's pretty easy. So just envision it 3D and then slice it. That's all a cross section is. So you'll have a worksheet that has, these numbers are totally out of order, I think. So it goes from 4 to 7, 8, 10, so it skips number 9. But whatever, you're just looking at cross sections, not a big deal. Then circles. Circles are very simple if you think about formulas, which you guys know that I'm a formula-based person. So let me start out like this. Right now I'm in Wilmington, and Wilmington has hurricanes. Hurricanes have eyes. Eyes are usually the center of a hurricane. So I'm going to say, if I can draw, that this is the center of my hurricane. And it expands around Wilmington like this, out into a radius of, we'll say, 50 miles. So basically you can see my wonderful little circle. If you have a circular shape that is centered around the origin, there is a standard form for a circle, and I'll write that out, standard form of a circle, if it's around 0, 0, is going to be x squared plus y squared equals r squared. So in my example here from Wilmington, if you're looking at this circle, if the center of the eye of the hurricane is right there at 0, 0, it has a 50-mile radius, then all you have to do is simply plug in your radius right there for r. So your equation for the circle would be x squared plus y squared equals r, and in this case is 50 squared. Granted, you can simplify that if you wanted to and say x squared plus y squared equals 2500. It'd be the same exact thing. You can even go as far as to solve it for y, but if you notice, the y is squared, so if you are wanting to get the actual picture, if you're wanting to graph it, you're going to have two equations, and I think we've done this before when we graph quadratics. So if you solved this one for y, you would get y equals 2500 minus x squared, and obviously square root of that, and then you'd also get negative square root of 2500 minus x squared. The top equation is going to graph your top half of the circle because that's the positive part, and then the second equation you'd put in your y2, and that's going to graph the bottom half. And you know me, I'm always going to zoom 6 at first, but in this case, since the radius is 50 miles, a scale from negative 10 to 10 and negative 10 to 10 is not going to work. So I would recommend zoom in 0, which is the zoom fit, in the calculator. But that's if you want to graph it. Very simple concept again, x squared plus y squared equals r squared, if it's around 0, 0. If it's not around 0, 0, it's not any more complicated. You just have a slightly different formula, and it's x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. And that looks confusing, I know, so don't y'all freak out like you usually do. This h and this K are simply your center of the circle. So HK is always your center. So if you notice, that's a minus H, this is a positive H, that's a minus K, that's a positive K. So if you have X minus, let's say 10 squared plus Y minus 4 squared equals 3 squared, that means you have a circle that has a center at 10, 4, and it's going to have a radius of 3. So the radius is going to be 3, and the center is going to be 10, 4. So that if you wanted to plot it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 4. That's your center. So then your radius, since it was 3, all you have to do is count left 1, 2, 3 from that point. Oops, left. This is not cooperating. Hang on. Left 1, 2, 3 right here. See that blue dot right there? Left 3, down 1, 2, 3. That blue dot. Right 1, 2, 3. And then up 1, 2, 3. And then you just go connect your dot and you have a circle. That's all there is to graphing circles. So this is standard form of a circle. X minus H quantity squared plus Y minus K quantity squared equals R squared. The R is your radius, so that's your radius, R-A-D-I-U-S, radius, and then the HK is your center. If you have an equation like x plus 2 squared, let's see, x plus 2 squared plus y minus 6 squared equals 36, then that would mean that your radius is the opposite of 2, so that's negative 2. The opposite of 6, so that's 6. That is your center. And then your radius, this part's your r squared. So you look at 36 and say, okay, what could r be? Well, r is just 6 because 6 squared is 36. So your radius is 6. So if you want to graph it, you would go to your coordinate plane, start at negative 2, 6, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you put your point, that's your center of your circle, and then you count up, let down, left, right, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the right, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up, whoops, it's not working, 6 up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down, so that'd be 6 down, and then connect it in the form of a circle, and there you got it. That's all there is for a circle. So you should have a worksheet that asks you to do a circle assessment. There's 4 that are multiple choice, and then 6 that you actually have to graph. So be careful on the fractions. On the fractional values, a center of negative 1/2 and negative 7/2, it'll just be somewhere in the middle of the grid there at negative 1/2, negative 3/2. So that should not be difficult. And if you don't have the 2 pieces, like if you've got this, x squared plus y minus 6 squared equals 49, then that just simply means that on your x's, there's nothing, so your center would be 0, and on your y's, it's the opposite of negative 6, so that's positive 6. So there's your center, and your radius is 7, because 7 squared is 49. And that is all there is to circles. So get your cross sections done, get your circles assessment done, and that'll be due tomorrow. And then tomorrow you're going to be taking a practice final exam. I can't remember exactly how many's on there. I think there might be 25, 24, 25. So you need to do those to the best of your ability, and we will be going over every single one of them, but I want you to try them all, show all your work, and get her done.